back and relax and enjoy another episode of J&C Fix and Play.
Thanks for stopping by, everyone. So for today's video, we are doing a Game Boy Advance, and we are going to install the IPS panel. I've got a Game Boy Advance here that I picked up off eBay. Not the greatest, and one of my buddies is looking for a modified one, so I decided why not do it for him. So stick around, we're going to be installing the IPS panel in it. We got a custom case. All these products are from Handheld Legend. Do me a favor too, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see more videos. It helps me out, and let's get into this mod. As with any other mod that we need to do, first thing we need to do is take it apart. I will be speeding up the video, so this is not a 20-minute video. This mod is actually pretty quick, probably about a good 30 minutes if you're buying stuff pre-cut. So first thing you're going to need is you're going to need Phillips and a triwing. You're going to use a triwing screwdriver to take apart the screws on the back of the console. There is one Phillips as well underneath, and then you're going to use the Phillips to take apart the motherboard from the actual console itself. Also there's two clips holding in the ribbon cable to the old screen. If you're going to try to save that, just be careful, but just push those clips up and take it out, and then we're going to take it apart. Let's move on to the next. So the audio on this Game Boy is not that great. Obviously it's an old speaker, or actually it doesn't look original. I'm assuming someone replaced it at some point. Who knows? This is what happens when you buy stuff off eBay. So I picked up a new speaker with the wires. For this, you're just going to need a solder iron, some good solder, and then just some patience. So the big thing with this is we're just going to add the solder. I'm just going to daub some in there. This way it's just it's easier for me that way to actually connect the wires, because I just got heated up for a second. They do sell tools where you can like hold a board in place. If you're just for fun, if this is something that you're doing just once or twice, you probably don't need all that, so it's possible without it. But add the solder, connect the speaker, and you're good to go. Alright, so the next step is to actually test the screen before you go ahead and install it. For this, you're just going to attach the ribbon cable. Don't bother about taking off the plastic on the screen. Protect it. I'm using the original case. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect it to the motherboard, and we're just going to do that like so. Once that part is connected and the tabs are pushed down, you are going to just seat it into the actual case, or at least half of it. You don't have to do the whole case. You're going to pop some batteries in, turn it on, and you are just checking to make sure that the screen is not defective, because once you install it, it's kind of hard to undo it. Once you turn it on and see it, this is what you should see. Don't worry about the line. That's just a mark on the plastic. Now you know the screen works. Once we know that the screen works, next step is to take your case. Now I am using a pre-cut case, so there is no trimming needed to be done. Some cases you do have to do that. I just spent the extra money and just got the piece, and you're just going to install this gasket piece on there. It's pretty straightforward. Just you want to make sure you get it as flat and as straight as you perfectly can, because once you set it down, it's very hard to get it off. Okay, so the next step is to attach this protector to the back of the screen. This is to prevent like a short, because it is metal on the back. Also, I purchased a bracket to hold the screen in place. It's only a couple bucks. It makes your life a lot easier, and just kind of just goes on there like so. And then you're going to take that. I found it easier to attach it in this manner, and then just turn the screen over, and you can see it holds it in place just like that. And then you can fold down your ribbon cable as you need it. Makes it nice and easy. Okay, so once the screen is in place, now you're going to go ahead and you're going to install all your buttons and all your conductive pads, and just, you know, they kind of go in there only one way, so it's a little hard to screw this up. But yeah, you just kind of drop them in there. Don't forget the little piece for the light as well, and very simple. Okay, so now once all your pads are in, all your buttons, now you're going to attach the ribbon cable to the actual screen. Now I use a screwdriver. I wouldn't recommend that. That's just what I had available to me. but it's just because of the metal point that's on it. But yeah, so once you connect that, snap the motherboard in place, press it down, kind of test the buttons, make sure everything feels good. If you see that it feels fine and there's no issues, now go ahead and attach the screws. Don't tighten them down all the way. I am actually going to tighten this one down a little bit, and then I'm going to move on to the next one, and then I'll go back and tighten them all up. Once you do that part, your screen is pretty much in place, and you can kind of test the buttons to see and make sure everything feels smooth one more time before you go ahead and actually, permanently attach everything. Okay, now once you know that everything's permanently attached, it's time to put the back on. And same thing, take your time, attach it, push it down, make sure you don't have any gaps. A gap will basically tell you if something is crushing something. And test the buttons, and then just go ahead and put all the screws back in. Don't tighten them all the way. Go ahead and tighten down a little bit, move on to the opposite end. This way you get a nice even flush mounting when you connect the two back pieces. Once that is done, it's time to install the screen protector. So I like to make sure that the screen's nice and clean. And then also I use a can of air just to make sure that no dust got on the screen, because once you put this on, it's kind of a pain to take it off in case you screw it up. So I hit it with the duster, and then I'm just going to push down and attach the screen protector. Finally, depending on the case that you get, you probably get some sort of sticker on it. Now, these are not official stickers. This is kind of like third-party stuff. I do like the sticker that came with this Retro 6 case. It didn't claim to be an official one, but it actually looked good and just said Retro 6. And finally is the test. When it's all done, this is what you should see. As you can see, it is so much vibrant, so much better. And I know that this has been covered probably by multiple people on YouTube. So if you've watched this video so far, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. But absolutely turned out beautiful. It is such an improvement over the prior screen that was in this. And the cool thing about this is the version 3, I believe it is, that I purchased. It's supposed to have an upgraded ribbon cable, which means that there's no ghosting or artifacting when a screen was trying to load certain images. You didn't really see it in everything, but certain games, apparently the original version of IPS panels were very adamant in terms of how it showed it. So once again, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope this helps you guys if you're thinking about doing the modification. I think it's absolutely worth it. All these parts came from Handheld Legend. Hit that subscribe button if you guys like the video and you guys want to see some more. Leave a comment, hit a thumbs up. Go have some fun, play some games, and just take care, everyone.